The skies over South Asia have become a stage for tension, speed, and strategic maneuvering. Jets roar past each other, missiles are locked, and two nuclear-armed rivals constantly measure their capabilities against one another. The question is straightforward but critical. Who really controls the air, India or Pakistan in 2025-26? On paper, India seems to hold the advantage. Its fleet is larger, more diverse, and modern. But bigger doesn't always mean fully prepared. A much smaller Pakistan Air Force is modernizing smartly, operating efficiently, and capable of surprising a larger adversary. The dynamics of air combat, especially in the wake of aerial clashes from May through August 2025, are not quite so simple as the numbers.
In this rivalry, air power is not solely about weapons. It's about influence, deterrence, and signaling. A credible air force confronts any adversary with the costs of hostile action, a cross-border strike, or an act of show of force. The mid-2025 clashes, with claimed shoot-downs and interceptions, also included deployments of sophisticated surface-to-air missiles to show how intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, and electronic warfare could be game-changers. Whoever controls the skies can disrupt the opponent's plans, escalate or de-escalate at will, and, in effect, dictate the terms of engagement. India has a formidable scale air force, operating some 500 fighters in 29 to 31 squadrons, though its sanctioned target is 42. Key aircraft include the Su-30 MKI, Dassault Rafales, MiG-29s, Mirage 2000s, and the indigenous HAL Tejas. To that total, naval aviation adds MiG-29Ks, with Rafale Ns on order. The Rafale uniquely features AESA radar, Meteor Beyond Visual Range missiles, and advanced electronic warfare, while the Su-30 MKI, with its thrust vectoring engines and massive payload, stands atop air superiority missions. The Tejas, entering service piecemeal, represents an increasingly robust domestic production and multi-role capability. Layered air defense networks featuring state-of-the-art surface-to-air missiles further guard both the homeland and forward-deployed units. Yet, challenges persist. Operating below the authorized squadron count strains India's surge capacity. Maintaining such a heterogeneous fleet, Russian, French, and domestic platforms, imposes logistical and training challenges. Spare parts, pilot training, and maintenance cycles become complicated, with even the most advanced aircraft potentially hobbled by the complexity of integration. The tardiness in production of Tejas variants and other indigenous aircraft might result in capability gaps at this very juncture of time, with one important question: can India convert its numerical advantage into sustained operational dominance? Smaller but highly effective, Pakistan's Air Force counters with modernization and strategy. Some 400 to 450 fighters are organized across about 25 squadrons, the backbone being the JF-17 Thunder, co-developed with China. Block 3 variants bring AESA radar, upgraded avionics, and enhanced weapons, while F-16s remain central, though their use is restricted by U.S. end-use limitations, and a growing fleet of Chinese J-10CEs is entering service. The PAF focuses on cost-effectiveness, cohesion, and tactical flexibility. The JF-17 is inexpensive to produce and maintain, and able to conduct multi-role missions, including those beyond visual range. The integration of C4ISR networks and electronic warfare provides strategic depth to enable Pakistan to make the most of a smaller fleet. But vulnerabilities persist. A smaller fleet is more readily subject to attrition, and older Mirages and legacy aircraft continue to form part of the mix. The JF-17 Block 3 modernizes capabilities, but it does so incrementally. Reliance on foreign technology, whether US F-16s or Chinese systems, introduces strategic dependencies. Budgetary strictures rule out rapid expansion, leaving Pakistan to rely heavily on tactical innovation and asymmetric methods to offset numerical inferiority.
The real question then becomes, can Pakistan maintain parity long enough in a high-intensity conflict to challenge India's broader capabilities?
The head-to-head comparison is nuanced. India clearly holds a numerical advantage, with hundreds more aircraft and a wider array of high-end platforms. Rafales and Su-30 MKIs give India exceptional capabilities for precision strikes, air superiority, and long-range missions. However, Pakistan's advantage is tactical. Dispersed basing, quick reaction fighters, and layered defenses integrated with radar and electronic warfare can complicate India's dominance. This reality was highlighted by the 2025 skirmishes. There, even advanced Indian aircraft were lost, showing that technology alone does not guarantee control of the skies. Doctrine, pilot training, and integrated support are what make or break success in the skies. It is not planes that alone count in air power in South Asia. It is a matter of usage, integration, and sustainability. While India's industrial base and depth ultimately afford it the capacity to sustain campaigns over time, complexity and maintenance may slow its response. Pakistan may be smaller, but can achieve tactical surprises and localized parity through disciplined, networked operations and the careful use of modernized fighters. This balance will also be shaped by future technologies. Drones, AI-assisted systems, cyber warfare, loitering munitions, and autonomous platforms are the game changers that are coming. The side that invests in integration, doctrine, and innovative use of technology rather than sheer numbers may achieve an outsized advantage. This sets up some provocative questions. If conflict erupted tomorrow, could Pakistan's nimble, networked force disrupt India's larger but more cumbersome fleet? Are India's maintenance demands and fleet diversity quietly eroding its tactical edge? Or is Pakistan risking too much on limited production and foreign-sourced aircraft? Ultimately, air power in South Asia is a complex chessboard. India has advantages in size, modern platforms, and integrated defenses, but those advantages are not unassailable. Pakistan's modernization, smart tactics, and cohesive networked approach make it a capable competitor that can challenge assumptions about aerial dominance. The future of the skies will be determined not just by the number of jets, but by how effectively they fly, maintain, integrate, and innovate. The next chapter of air combat might be radically different, shaped by AI, drones, and electronic warfare. The one who adapts the fastest may set the new standard. So it is not only a question of who has the better jets today, but also who will be able to turn those jets into a decisive force tomorrow. It is that uncertainty which makes both sides cautious, watchful, and ready, turning the skies over South Asia into one of the most intriguing theaters in modern military strategy.